everyone, this is Alloutdoor1 here. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to have a look at the latest incarnation of my urban EDC. You know, I spend 60% of my life in the city, and these are items that I carry with me every day. I've had this set up as is for a few months now. Some of the items in this kit I have used in previous kits, but I've kind of reshaped it and streamlined it to distill the essence of what I actually need on a daily basis, and which I use regularly enough for me to justify carrying every day. You may have, previous to this, seen my new pocket keychain survival kit, and this is a kind of similar concept but for an everyday carry. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the kit now. First up, we'll have a look at my keys. Apart from the keys in here, we have a small True Utility cash stash, which is a small watertight container. Simply unscrew, and within it is contained a £20 note. So that's my emergency cash stored in there. I'm not going to pull it out because it's fiddly to get in and out, which discourages me from using it except for in emergency situations. So that's always there for me. You know, £20 in London will probably get you home in most situations. Next up, we have the LED Lensa K1. This is one of the smallest torches on the market. Runs on 4 small battery watch cells. Simple twist on, twist off activation. As you can see, it has a glowing ring around the edge, so when you're looking for a keyhole, it's perfect for that use. And equally, if you stand it up on a desk, then it gives you 360-degree illumination. Quite a bright little light for its size, with approximately a 40-hour runtime. Simple twist on, twist off activation. So far has not accidentally come on in my pocket. Next up, we have my normal keys, and here we have the Swisstech key tool. This is a nice little multi-tool. The thing I use most often on here is actually the nail file and the Phillips screwdriver, which is quite nicely machined and is quite nice and accurate to use. Another thing I always use on here is the bottle opener. That's always handy. It does also come with the cutting blade here on the inner edge, a flathead screwdriver, and what other tools? Yeah, like a little nail cleaner here. Yeah, very handy little tool. Weighs nothing and is unobtrusive on a keychain. Clamps nice and simply into place around your keychain, like so. And finally on here we have my little Saint Christopher, patron saint of travellers. You know, that's just a little morale boost in times of hardship, or, you know, give you the mental strength to see you home. And that's all held together on a technician's keychain. So that's my actual keychain. Obviously that always comes with me wherever I go. Next up, we have my EDC light and clipper lighter. This both sits in one unit. It sits actually around my neck, as you can see, which gives me quick and easy access to both tools. I also have a similar setup with another torch, which is my Claris torch, which I'm using as my main woods light, and again another clipper lighter. Exactly the same setup in a Kydex sheath, like so, around the neck. I find, you know, when you're lighting fires or cooking meals, you always want ready access to a lighter, so you don't always have to use a fire steel or alternative fire lighting methods. You just want your brew on quickly. This is a clear one, so you can see how much fuel is left. And also I always carry a couple of spare flints, as I'll demonstrate shortly. So that's easily removable. Similarly with the torch, I'll be doing a separate review on this shortly. This is the Phoenix PD20. I've had this for like 4 months now. Excellent solid little light. So that gives me a lot of lighting options for my EDC, and it's also compact enough for me to justify carrying around on a daily basis. So that's the Phoenix PD20, as I said. And in this setup it just works perfectly for me. Unfortunately I do smoke, so I do go for my lighter frequently. On the back here I've simply attached a bit of glow in the dark tape, which, as you can imagine, glows in the dark, so when it's on my bedside table I always can see it even in the dark. Very handy little setup. This is really working nicely for me. Next two items, these just go loose in my pocket. This is a Howler BCB safety whistle. It's got the triple note, very piercing, very loud whistle, can be heard over long distances. Very light, very compact, durable design, and because it's made out of plastic, won't scratch anything else that's in my pocket, so that really is a good solution. Definitely rate these little whistles. Over here we have a little Derling case. As I said, that just sits loose in my pocket along with the pouch, and this is basically a military grade battery container. Obviously you can use it to store anything, but this one was actually designed to accommodate one CR123 battery, which is obviously the battery that my main EDC light runs off. So in combination with the two on lowest mode, you know, I've got like about 130 hours runtime, which is more than enough for the vast majority of situations. It is O-ring sealed and is perfectly waterproof and dustproof, and to some extent it shockproofs the battery. So that's a very handy little item there. And finally we have the final components of my EDC. Before I was using a different pouch, I had more items, I've streamlined the kit, so this is the perfect pouch for me to use now. Very simple Velcro fastening, and inside we have my main items. In there we have my current EDC blade. This has been one of my favourite EDC blades for a long time. Also my Buka 42, that's another favourite of mine. But when I'm not carrying this one, when I'm not carrying the Buka, sorry, then I am carrying this one. This is a nice UK legal little Spyderco penknife. I can't remember which one this is called. It's one of the bug ranges. It's the largest ones out of the bugs. I think it's a 2 1/4 inch blade. Just about gives you a one-hand opening. It's not ideal, but it can be done with one hand. It's a non-locking blade. Nice blade profile there. Comes very sharp out of the box. Definitely a usable knife. It's a slip joint. So there's some resistance to closing, and because of the way it's designed, even if it does close up on you, it kind of clamps your finger rather than cuts it. Nice design there. Stainless steel body, and I can't remember what kind of steel is on this one. I believe it's an Ors of some type, but a nice steel, hasn't had any problems with rusting so far, and does keep a nice keen edge. Fits nicely in the hand. Alongside the Spyderco in the pouch, I also keep my Inca pen, made by Nitites. It's a simple little fold-out pen, simply screws in to form a full-size writing pen. Writes upside down, similar to a space pen, and all that good stuff, underwater, etc. O-ring sealed. and on the other side we also have a stylus for use with a PDA laptop, etc. Nice well designed little pen here. The tube, that's also handy, for example for drawing up water in a survival situation. Obviously a tube has other uses in a survival situation also. So that's my main kind of pen. And next up over here we have a small capsule which contains a spare cartridge for the Inca pen. So you know, I've been using this Inca pen for a couple of years now and I still have not had to replace the cartridge. Obviously I don't do huge amounts of writing with it, but I pull it out a few times a week to write, you know, several hundred words. So yep, that's also good for travelling, etc. And finally, in that tube alongside it, I have 3 flints for the clipper lighter, because yes, obviously they do eat through flints eventually. I'm a smoker, I smoke a lot, well not that much, but I smoke about, you know, 10 to 15 cigarettes a day, so a medium smoker. And yeah, the clippers tend to last me, you know, the flints in there last me about 5 to 6 weeks, so through approximately 2 or 3 gas fills. So you know, this kit gives me a limited capability in the urban environment, but it's not really meant as any kind of survival kit. The only survival item I have in here, I suppose technically, will be the whistle and, you know, maybe the Spyderco and the lighter. You know, you don't really need a pen, that's just a luxury. The multi-tool on my keyring, yeah, that's just a luxury. But you know, there's some handy little items that I do use regularly and they've worked for me for a period of time, and I'm happy enough to, you know, suggest these to other people. So yeah, that's the kit and that's how it's working for me. I hope you found this video useful and or entertaining. Please subscribe and like. Stay tuned for many other videos, discussions, reviews on my channel, etc. Also please check out my other channel, Alpha Bushcraft, and also my website alphabushcraft.co.uk. Yeah, as I said, hope you found that useful and or interesting. This is Alloutdoor1 signing out for now. You guys take care.